Hello, Diane again here. It's day 10 of the 30 Days, 30 Authors Challenge. I was going to kind of show you around my yard, show you I have some poppies that came up, but it's really smoky out here and I'm not getting very good signal from my router anyway, so I'm going to lurk around near my front door. Anyway, today's topic has nothing to do with that. Today, I'm supposed to read a book blurb. Now, for those who don't know, the book blurb is the thing on the back of the book that kind of tells you what the book is about. And it's usually written by the publisher, unless you're an indie author, in which case, of course, you write it for yourself. And it can be a really challenging thing to come up with the right blurb. Trying to describe your book in about a paragraph is usually something that most writers find challenging. I certainly do. I'm no good at brief at the best of times, so what do you do, right? So but this is I feel a very good book blurb, and this was for a book that I really enjoyed. Now I'll turn the camera around so you can see. Let's see here. This is, there it is, Brown Girl in the Ring by Nalo Hopkinson, and she's a Canadian writer, and this is an award-winning book. It's won a couple of different science fiction fantasy awards. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good enough that I would probably read it again. So I have kept it. And now I'll turn the camera back around. Yeah, there we are. So I'm going to read the blurb. Now I'm going to start with, they've got, I'm not going to read the publisher's notes. They have stuff about how it's an award-winning book there in front of the blurb, but the blurb itself is pretty decent, but at the same time it doesn't really tell you the whole story. And it goes, the rich and the privileged have fled the city, barricaded it behind roadblocks, and left it to crumble. The inner city has had to rediscover old ways: farming, barter, herb lore. But now the moneyed need a harvest of bodies, and so they prey upon the helpless of the streets. With nowhere to turn, a young woman must open herself to ancient truths, eternal powers, the tragic mysteries surrounding her mother and grandmother. She must bargain with gods and give birth to new legends. Now, for those of you who have read the book and who know anything about it, the mythology in the book draws very heavily upon the Caribbean Afro-Caribbean traditions, right? Santiara, Caribbean voodoo, and it's awesome. As somebody who is also a pagan, I found this book really intense and very cool to read, and it gave a respectful treatment of the Afro-Caribbean mythologies. It's basically Canadian-American gods with voodoo. It takes place in a dystopian Toronto, and I thought it was excellent. And I thought that the book blurb is significant because it sets a tone. It doesn't establish firmly exactly what's going on, so you have to figure it out for yourself. And it doesn't exclude anybody, and it loosely covers the plot anyway. There's a whole lot of character details and whatnot that it doesn't explain, and it's not supposed to. Your book blurb is supposed to talk about what the book is about. It should cover basic plot and theme. It should not be terribly concerned with the specifics of your character or any of the subplots going on. Like, nobody really cares on the back of the book if your main character is trying to choose between two guys. Nobody cares, right? Unless that's the plot and it's a romance novel, fine, right? But if you're reading The Hunger Games, you don't give a shit. You're not interested in that. What you want to see is Katniss kicking some ass and taking some names, right? So that's what you want to hear about on the back of the book, because that's loosely the plot. Anyway, that's my thought about book blurbs. I'll be reading my own in a couple of days, and tomorrow I'm really excited. I hope that I'll be able to get out and do what I intended to do with all the smoke. Tomorrow I'm supposed to visit a historical site. I've been giving this some thought. I've got one picked out, and I can't wait to share it with you. Either way, I will see you tomorrow.